go one or the other. But Warchief, he digs the Pandaren style. No Boots of Speed, by the way, on the Demon Hunter. Which, again, I must say I find very disturbing. I don't think he got the last hit with the coil. Did he? No, he didn't. He missed the coil last hit. And now the DH is here to burn the crap out of this decay. If he gets the last hit with Frostmon, that would be crazy! Oh, he's taking a lot of damage, and he doesn't get it! The Panda secures it. And he gets the Sentry Wards as well. Very nice item. Placing them defensively rather than offensively. Because, of course, Night Elf's aim or goal this game is creep up, get good hero levels, get bears and stuff, and upgrades and items, and later an expo. As the Night Elf player, you're not really the one putting on the pressure. You very rarely are.
Players' forces are under attack.
Alright, Lich is out. But his progression in levels will be a lot slower than the Panda. Of course, the Panda being a Tavern hero, very much so faster than the normal hero. And of course, the Lich cannot really be solo crept. Because if the Demon Hunter finds the solo creeping Lich, it's gonna result in a lot of damage. It would be even more damage if there were Boots of Speed, but there are not. That makes me crazy. Drives me nuts. Of course he gets bears faster, lures faster, dryads faster by not getting those boots. I hope he picks them up later, because it's just so good for running in and out with mana burn. And that's gonna reach level 3 here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely. Definitely gonna get level 3. The Lich on the other side still sitting on level 1. Oh, he misses the Sentry Ward with the reveal just barely. Oh, and this Creepjack could be nasty. There's no TP on the undead side. And the Night Elf is coming in. Oh, by the way, it wasn't enough for level 3. I'm very surprised by this. Coil Nova, though, lots of damage, but there's a lot of reju as well. There's no master training just yet. Oh, he needs to be careful. The Demon Hunter needs to be very careful. What the fuck was that? Huge mistake by Warchief. The Demon Hunter was way too far up in front. But now there's basically no mana left for the undead, so Panda might be safe.
A player's force
It's a normal revive, no Tavern revive. Tavern could be the better choice though, because of course he has rejuvenation with his bear coming in. But no, gonna play it slow. And that was a big mistake by Warchief, a big mistake. I don't know how much of it had to do with the ping, but that shouldn't happen. Still though, he's in a decent position. All the ghouls were killed. Only 36 supply remaining for the Korean. And, well, 3 more ghouls. Getting a Boneyard as well. And finding the Wand of Mana Stealing. Okay-ish. Panda finds the same thing. But of course, especially for him, those invulns, those healings would have been Jin. Demon Hunter almost back. Do we have a transition into Hippos? Nope. Not just yet. Getting the 70 supply. Moonwell doesn't have... what's it called? What's the upgrade for the Moonwells called again? There it is. Wellspring. Exactly. He's getting it now. The Shade finds the Panda, who's already level 4. Boots of Quel'Thalas. That's a really nice one. Of course, for the Demon. And really bad for the undead. Basically, it's 200 gold. Nothing more. And this Sentry Ward is in a great position for the Night Elf because it spots the undead army coming if it so does, when he creeps the red spot, so that's where I expect Rich to be going next. Demon Hunter is back as well. And he has no boots of speed and no invul on the Demon Hunter. This is so dangerous. And yeah, he's taking this red camp next. Only the logical next choice. And maybe Lucifer's gonna try to do the same himself, but he only has 3 fiends, so it's gonna take forever. Neither player going into upkeep just yet. Of course, we all know the item that drops here can be big. For the Night Elf, the best thing is... I know. That one's pretty damn good, actually, for the Demon Hunter. And here, of course, the best one is Katka's Pipe. Not the pipe, but also the Battle Drum is very good. By the way, the person typing in chat about cell phones is not me. It's Neo who is in chat. Neo lost his cell phone. And I think he's asking for advice for a new one. He just bought a new laptop for China, so I guess now he's gonna complement his new technology with the laptop as well. This Demon Hunter is living very dangerously. Of course there is the staff, but with the ping situation, it's not very reliable. And he, like, seriously, he has no invulns. Is he gonna buy one now? Finally. But the Panda is very close to level 5. That's nice for Rich. If he gets this, if he takes these Murlocs, is that enough? He needs 86 experience? It might be. It's close. I'm not sure. And now he's getting hippos. Blind Breath of Fire, not quite finding the shade. And he's solo creeping his Panda. It's actually gonna be a big deal if he gets level 5 here or not. Yeah, no, it's not gonna be enough. Nope. The shade kill would be enough. Funny enough. And he might reveal it right now. He can definitely expect it. Reveal. Ah. Two frost worms and a meat wagon. Now, only one invul. The Panda is the vulnerability. But of course he has the TP. No destroyers. I mean, he doesn't want to play this without destroyers, does he? Because then rejuvenation just seems to be way too good. But Warchief seeing this army, he wants to have more hippogriffs. He's up at 71. What's the damage upgrades looking like? 1 damage upgrade against 1 damage upgrade. And he's going in already. There's no trees, no forest to fly above for the Frostworms. He's exposed on open ground and the first Frostworm dies, no deny via death pact. And that's level 5 for the Panda. Look for the next combo, it's gonna hurt like crazy. He's not even using the combo, just the the Breath of Fire, and the Frostworm dies so quickly. The bears still healthy, the hippos still there in numbers. Invul already used, level 4 for the Demon Hunter, and this is just a complete and utter slaughter. As Lucifer keeps on dropping in supplies, losing everything, and has to tap out with a GG. So in the end, it was a fairly one-sided fight there. I don't know. Like, when you commit to those Frostworms that hard, I really feel you have to play them next to the trees so that you can pull them above the trees so that the Dryads cannot really reach them anymore. And also, not getting a Naga makes things very difficult against the Demon Hunter. That was only the first game, though. This is a best of 3. Warchief and Lucifer are not done with this just yet. The elf is Warchief Rich. I just did the short version of Rich, because when I write War Chief Rich, it's just too long. Ha! I'm the first. Alright, while we have a bit of time, we're gonna take a look at the bracket again. Whoops. There it is. Alright, so Belief won against Chiron, so now it's Sonic versus Belief, another Undead versus Night Elf matchup. And as far as the other matchups are concerned, there seems to have not been any progress, so far at least, none that we can see here through the grid. I'm gonna keep you posted, as of course this continues. Thanks very much for 790 viewers already, by the way. And we're only in the quarterfinals. Nice of you to join us on this fine Sunday. And yeah, chat keeps asking, Neo is not casting with me today because Neo went out partying last night and apparently it was a long and fun evening or night. And today is a tough day. He lost his phone and quite a few brain cells as well, I'm pretty sure. So today he's gonna be chilling in his bed and watching the stream. Neo is in chat right now, so if you have questions for Neo about his glorious night, feel free to ask him in chat. And he also fell asleep on the train on the way back home, by the way, which I always find funny. I don't think that ever happened to me. Actually, yes it did, so never mind. Yes, it absolutely also happened to me. But never mind that now. We are in the second game, and Lucifer changed his color. Cheeky little bugger. Oh, wait. It's 0, 1. Okay. This is Ancient Isles. First map was Amazonia. Ancient Isles is not a very big map, but quite a bit bigger than Amazonia. So maybe here we're gonna see the tri-hero from Lucifer. Maybe he doesn't want to play the Naga when it's very hard for him to level her up. But of course the Merc camp is a lot more easy to creep here for Night Elf with all the range from the archers. And you can get the berserkers as well. And the Drake is very difficult to creep for Undead early on, before tier 3. Also, early ghoul aggression is very difficult to do, but I think Lucifer never goes for that early ghoul aggression. He always goes for creeping of his own. We're gonna see, we're gonna see. Still Demon Hunter for Mr. Studdard. No Warden so far. I'm not sure if I ever saw him play Warden against Undead. I know he likes to do it against Human every now and then. But I feel against Undead he really always sticks with his tried and true Demon Hunter. There are no Cinnabon. Cinnabons in my room. I don't know what you saw through the camera, but no. No Cinnabon for me. Demon Hunter found the Gloves of Haste. Not the best thing, not the worst thing. And he's looking for the Death Knight right away. Of course, the strength of the Ancient of War creep, you only have to kill the big one with your demon, then you take the item, and then you can immediately go for the undead. Why is he not attacking the acolytes? Huh.
A player's force
Weird.
is under attack.
Right, he finds Lucifer right here. Has to, of course, be careful about surrounds, and with a possibly bad ping, that's always a danger. Whew! Just slipping out of there. Very, very close. He must be covered in Vaseline or something. And yeah, when you're playing a demon hunter like this very aggressively and you have to be careful with it, bad ping is something that makes this a lot more difficult. It's the same for the undead though. Surrounding with bad ping is no fun either. And update from chat, Neo may have just found his phone. Maybe he sat down on it and now he notices that it's back inside his rectum. I don't know how he can suddenly be finding his phone. Tech comparison. A little bit ahead for the undead, which is normal. And this is a dangerous creep camp to take. Oh, and the Boots of Speed. Taken by the DK, this most likely means Naga second. Very careful early game here. By the way, one skeleton will be enough for level 2 on the Demon Hunter. And then I can imagine he's gonna save the skill point for immolation in case he gets surrounded. Boom, there it is.
Forces are under attack.
Isn't there this old rap song? Boom, there it is. Boom, there it is. Pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Alright. Now, level 2 for the DK, but he's being creep-checked pretty heavily, and the coil is not leveled up quickly enough to save his ghoul. No Boots of Speed still. Wisp coming in for the detonate, but nice splitting from Lucifer, only getting one of the skeleton warriors. All the mana has been burned right now. And I think Warchief really needs to get boots this time. He didn't want to buy him on Amazonia, but with the boots on the DK, I think it's an absolute necessity. Because there is the Naga second, we could definitely expect this. And this is fairly sloppy, in my opinion, from Warchief. He must have known that the Naga was coming, and he still was so far out on the map with his archers. He's gonna lose at the very least one. And the reason why you want Boots of Speed on a Demon Hunter is because the Cold Arrow is just so strong. If you don't have the boots, it's still strong, even if you do have them. But without them, it makes your life very difficult. But now he gets the Panda, he has the double lures. This would all be slowed down if he had gotten those boots. Is he gonna get the boots or the tier 3 tech? That's the question.
A player's forces are under attack.
He has the resources right now, he spent it on something else. I don't know what. I'm confused. I don't know. Demon Hunter keeps on harassing, keeps on finding the undead. Nope, there was no Tome of Experience because on Amazonia there are no Tomes of Experience. On Ancient Isles. And on Amazonia there are also no Tomes of Experience. Now they're battling for the creeps here. Demon Hunter is half HP, but also the DK needs to be very careful. There's no more rods, by the way, but this Demon Hunter needs to TP, needs to P soon. Oh no, he has a staff, never mind. That's, by the way, where the resources went. When I was getting confused. Who gets the last hit? Ah, nice Breath of Fire getting the last hit, and the ghoul with it. Cool little move here from Richard, and with a Drunken Haze he could get this ghoul as well. But he doesn't want to use the mana. Nice items for the Demon Hunter right now. Claws and gloves. Boosting his damage output quite severely. But he is lagging a little bit behind in levels. On Amazonia, his progression was much better, but so was the undeads, of course. And with the low HP DK, he needs to be very careful. He's gonna lose a goal to creeps, almost.
A player's forces are under attack.
And he really doesn't go good to speed anymore. Like, not even in the late game. When it's so strong to run in and out with mana burn over and over. Tier 3 finished. Lich only now starting though. Frenzy upgrade.
Are under attack.
We still have 7 ghouls remaining. That's quite a decent number. What does he find? Book of the Dead. Can be really good, can be really shit. But you don't really wanna... Well, it's only good if your opponent messes up and he doesn't dispel it. So, most pro players, if you can call them that, don't want to rely on the fact that their opponent messes up, so most Night Elves sell it. But, if you kill the destroyers before you pop it, or you split the units when their dispel is on cooldown, it can be really good. But I think pretty much every Night Elf sells it. Especially because with that you can buy, I don't know, Potions of Invul, Healing Scroll, that stuff, and that's probably a lot better. Or Boots of Speed, for example! That would be a nice idea, wouldn't it? Gets the Lion Horn. It's probably also an item he's gonna sell.
A player's forces are under attack.
And the creeping continues. Also, Book of the Dead for the undead. For the undead it's a lot better, because the Dryads have a much harder time dispelling that stuff than the destroyers do. And most of the time, undeads are lacking in blocking material against the bears. So I expect him to keep it. As he loses a ghoul to creeps! Almost again, but saving it just barely. Pendant of Energy! That's finally a very good one for the panda. Parry of Vitality, also not too bad. Most of the time the Knight of Dryads and Demon Hunter, or at least the Demon Hunter, will try to run down the Lich or the Naga. And the additional hit points certainly help. And finally he's gonna lose a ghoul to creeps. But the creep jag is inbound. There's no TP. But there's a level 3 Naga, level 2 Lich. Pretty decent levels for the undead overall. Does Rich want to fight this? He has 1 invul, 1 TP, and a second invul probably. Maybe? No, never mind. He's pretty low on lumber. He already got the Ancient of Wind.
A player's forces
He doesn't have the Wellspring upgrade and he's engaging right now. First mana burn has been used on the DK, I think. Whoa, Coil Nova! Immediately the bear falls. And TP out from the Night Elf. He gets one more destroyer on his way out, and the bear survives. Just barely. I'm sorry, I just had to go for that one. Pretty even in terms of money and supply are both players. He kept the Lion Horn, surprisingly to me. I don't know why Rich doesn't do this. Maybe it has to do with the ping. Like normally, you would see the Demon Hunter around here, and then he walks in, and then he burns, and then he runs away. And he keeps on doing that. And the panda is sitting behind, so that when too much damage comes out, he stabs him out. Or a bear with Reju, you know? But it is fairly micro-intensive, so maybe because of the not-so-great ping, because of the cross-continent situation,
A player's forces
he doesn't
are
want to
under
go
attack.
for that. I don't know. I think I'm gonna ask him later in Skype. And he is also in chat, by the way. Our German human player has been enjoying quite a bit of Dragon Ball, as it seems. And he dropped out earlier in the tournament. I think there's a new Dragon Ball series, right? There was Dragon Ball Z, or well, rather there was the original Dragon Ball, then there was Dragon Ball Z, then there was Dragon Ball GT, and now there's something new, right? I mean, I've been out of the Dragon Ball meta, if you can call it that, but I think there's something new. I don't know if it's good or not. It is an interesting base layout from Warchief, by the way. If he fights right here, all of his bears are going to be blocking each other. And that's not what you want, of course. And Lucifer is fighting into nighttime, into full moon wells, into a night of base. And he's down in supply. Here comes the first mana burn. Lots of healing from the moon wells. And there we can see it. Everything is blocking itself. So I have to question Rich's base building skills here. Looks like he didn't play too much SimCity last couple of weeks. But of course the mana burn running game is very easy here. You don't really have to fear too much damage with all of those moon wells. Now finally he's engaging. The hippos are coming, but look at the dryads, look at the bears at the back lines. They have a hard time engaging this. And it looks like there's no web. Big mistake from Lucifer. He saw the hippos last game. Wow, another nice breath of fire damaging so much stuff. And the entire army is kind of busy with the hippogriffs, but the rest is just shredding through everything. And now all destroyers are gone. The one air-bomb is tanking for now, but for how much longer? Another breath of fire. Heal Scroll counters it for a bit. Now that he might needs to be careful. Invul popped while he's being focused. There's only one more coil. Scratch that. No more coils. The DK. The DK, is it enough? Yes, it is enough. He dies. And the Lich will be soon to follow. And Lucifer GG's out. That is the 2-0 for Warchief.